What's up everybody, it's me, VB, bringing you some ArgleBargle. In today's video, the gameplay is from Black Ops 2, more specifically a game of Headquarters being played on Carrier. Now don't get me wrong, posting up your TDMs, your free-for-all, your score streaks, your kill streaks, it's all well and good on the general YouTube scene when you're trying to get views, but it's a refreshing change of pace to see some objective gameplay being played well and showcasing amazing teamwork. And that's what me and the Handsome Bills, the clique that I run with, showcase in this video. Granted, it's not pro MLG stuff, but we get the job done, and that's what matters at the end of the day. As a result, you'll see a lot of screen transitions, you know. We're talking on level and the frequency as your first attempt at making a video for YouTube on Windows Movie Maker, except with less star swipes. So what you'll see is when there's a change, the VB in the top right corner will change to basically represent whose point of view it is, and I'll walk you through what the initials mean later on in the video, because what I'm going to do first is briefly go over the patch that's recently been implemented into Black Ops 2, and how I feel it's affected or not affected the game. Now I know a lot of people are probably listening to that and going, oh great, another 3 minutes of someone pretending to know what they're talking about when it comes to the patch. Yeah, totally understand that point of view. A lot of people have already done it, you know, and they've probably done it in a lot better detail or professional than that. But I'm a bit slow, bro, and also, I'm not all fancy technicalities, you know, I'm amateurish at best, so what I'll do is basically talk about how it's reflected in-game and what I've experienced. So if you want to listen to that, you're more than welcome to. If not, I'll put a quick link in the video roundabout now. And if you click on that, that'll take you to the latter half of the video, so you can listen to me talk about the gameplay in the background. So the most recent patch that has been implemented by Treyarch has really had a big effect on game mechanics. So you're talking about weapons, lethals, tacticals and score streaks. There's a lot of stuff that has gone off behind the scenes as well, which a lot of people might not be totally aware of. Now one such example of this would be the improved overall communication of when double XP is enabled, as well as in normal time how much XP you earn per match. They've tinkered with the after action report and you get more details, and this is a pretty cool feature because let's face it, a lot of people I've talked to, and I think in general, people just don't know what's going on with the XP a lot of the time. They're just like, am I winning? Am I losing? Am I still the same level? Oh no, I've dinged. Now there's an ulterior motive to bringing up that point as well, because this weekend is actually double XP weekend for everyone, so more bang for your buck there. And tonight specifically is an opportunity to play with the developers behind the game. Now the reason I say tonight is because over here I think it's happening between 8 and 10 PM, but overseas it's between noon and 2 PM Pacific time, so hopefully I've got the whole time thing worked out there. But yeah, if you jump online you should get lucky, get into a game with them, and you better bring your A game, I reckon, considering these are the brains behind it. They've also addressed a lot of little in-game mechanics as well, you know, things people were exploiting. So remember when people could yoink a care package with a black hat before the owner could capture it? Yeah, ain't gonna happen now, which is a damn shame. I mean, oh, what a relief. They've also done some work with the Ghost perk, so in public games, if you're using Ghost and a suppressed weapon, you'll no longer show up on a UAV if it's active if you're running and gunning at the same time. And in a similar kind of vein, you crafty buggers, you can no longer jump on top of the shrubs in Nuketown 2025, and you can no longer stand on the invisible collision in Carrier. I have no idea what they're talking about with that last one. I know about the shrubs, but the Carrier thing, I ain't got the foggiest, to be honest. A lot of the patchwork has been done to theatre mode, so the biggest thing is obviously bring it back online for everybody to use, but they've worked on theatre and live streaming stability, film rendering stability, progression bar accuracy, things like that. And the last thing I want to pick up on the issues concerning gameplay is to do with EMP grenades, because there was apparently this fourth wall breaking issue where if you threw an EMP grenade and someone was codcasting, then the EMP would actually affect the codcasting hub, which is hilarious. I don't know why they would patch that. For me, it's a blessing in disguise. Here I am running along, getting codcasted, someone's in my ear going, here comes Vintage Baron running 5 for 25. 5 for 20, right, boof, where's my negative KD now, bitch? What are you going to talk about? But like I said in the beginning, a lot of work has been done with the weapons and the score streaks. This patch has been their first attempt at kind of balancing it all out. Now, like I said in my previous video, if you haven't seen it, you should go back and see it, hashtag shameless promotion. I said in the previous video SMGs are the balls. Well now they're slightly less so, because what's happened is all the SMGs have their hipfire recoil increased as well as the max hipfire spread, but all of them have reduced bullet penetration, so they're sort of trying to balance them out a little bit. When it comes to assault rifles, there's good news and bad news. Now the good news being, all the assault rifles have reduced idle sway when you're aiming over a long distance. However, the bad news is that, remember how much of a beast the FAL was with select fire? Yeah, there's more recoil now, so it's going to make it a little bit trickier to use. It's still a pretty decent combination of weapon and attachments. However, the same kind of thing's been applied to the SWAT 556 when it's got select fire on, and the XM8 when it's got select fire on too. Now I imagine everyone's got a beast mode R870 class setup. That shotgun is an absolute monster when you go on a tear. However, what they've done is reduce the one hit kill range by 45 inches, which to be honest, I've not really noticed. There's still people doing ridiculously well with the shotgun, so who knows, that might be a work in progress kind of thing. Finally, if you're using a sniper rifle with or without the laser sight, they've increased the hipfire spread. Sorry, no scopes. But I think the one thing they missed out on is they really should have worked on the SVU and perhaps increased the delay between shots, because I think too often they just spam it when they're aiming down sight and they're getting quite a lot of cheap kills when in reality you look at it and they really shouldn't. The other thing I want to pick up on before I move on to just generally talking about the gameplay is that they've increased the UAV cost from 350 points to 425, which in objective modes isn't such a big deal, but you've noticed now in a lot more games of TDM, people just aren't bothering with UAV because it's too much hassle. It's like 5 kills near enough and then you can call in a UAV. It's not worth the effort, to be honest, so you know, I'm sort of a bit hesitant about agreeing with that one. It works well in objective modes, don't get me wrong, but when you try to keep on the move in TDM, and yeah, I know it reduces the spamming of UAVs, but when you just generally want to call one in just so you can keep an eye out on your surroundings before you move on, you can't really do that now. So, I don't know, I'm a bit 50-50 on that point, but have a look at the patch notes. I'll put the link in the description because there's lots of other things to have a look at, and we'll have a discussion about it in the comments below. So, are you still waiting for things to be patched? You know, what are you waiting to be sorted out? Or do you agree with these patches? Do you think some things shouldn't have been done?